Morning friends, welcome back to the online class. Today I am going to take a new lesson, lesson number 9, the accidental tourist. Lesson number 9, the accidental tourist, page number 56. Okay, page number 56. On all the things I am not very good at, living in the real world is perhaps the most outstanding. I am constantly filled with wonder at the number of things that other people do without any evident difficulty that are pretty much beyond me. I cannot tell you the number of times that I have gone looking for the lavatory in a cinema, for instance, and ended up standing in an alley on the wrong side of a self-locking door. My particular specialty now is returning to hotel desks 2 or 3 times a day and asking what my room number is. I am, in short, easily confused. So the narrator, he shares his experience. He says that what type of person I am. I am a confused person, he says, because he is not able to remember things, whatever he does daily life things. So he forgets very easily. For example, for us normal people, usually we don't forget things, right? We come to school on the same day, same road, same way, same path. We keep our books in the bag. Every day we do it. Sometimes it happens, we may forget. But here, he is always forgetting things. He is confused what to do. He shares his experience and he says that when he goes to a cinema hall to watch a movie and all, and when he comes out and goes for the lavatory means washroom. When he goes in search of washroom, he doesn't find the washroom, and he happens to get into a room which is self-locked. Okay, you open the door and automatically it locks. So he is inside. Sometimes when he goes out of the city and lives in a hotel room, he takes a hotel room, he lives in a hotel. Every time after he comes out, goes for work, comes back, forgets what room he is, okay, what room number is. He goes to the reception and asks again and again. So that type of person is, he easily confuses things. He mixes up things with himself and he is totally lost. He is not able to remember things. This he finds very difficult, whereas normal people do not find this kind of thing. I was thinking about this the last time we went en family on a big trip. It was at Easter and we were flying to England for a week. When we arrived at Logan Airport in Boston and were checking in, I suddenly remember that I had recently joined British Airways frequent flyer program. I also remember that I had put the card in the carry-on bag that was hanging around my neck. And here's where the trouble started. So once during the Easter time, he along with his family were going for a trip to flying to England for a week and also. So when they reached the Logan Airport in Boston, he remembered that he had recently joined British Airways frequent flyer program. British Airways had organized a program. One who is traveling in the British Airways flights every now and then, frequent flyers in this British Airways, they would get a kind of a concession or discount or something like that on the ticket. A number of flying they do it, or number of kilometers they do it. So he had that card. So when you travel, you have to fill that card from the British Airways authorities. They have to fill that, yeah, you are traveling from this to this place, this many kilometers. So when a number of kilometers, say 1,000 kilometers, if you have flown, then next time you will get some concession. So he had that card, and he knew that the card was in his bag, carry bag, which he was holding, which he was carrying, which was there on his shoulder. Now to open that, everything got messed up in the airport. How? Let us see. The zip on the bag was jammed, so I pulled on it and yawned at it with grunts and frowns and increasing consternation. I kept this up for some minutes, but it wouldn't budge. So I pulled harder and harder with more grunts. Well, you can guess what happened. Abruptly, the zip gave way. The side of the bag flew open and everything within newspaper cuttings and other loose papers, a 14-ounce tin of pipe tobacco, magazines, passport, English money, film was extravagantly ejected over an area about the size of a tennis court. What happened? He was trying to open the zip and zip got stuck. Sometimes we also know when we try to, now these days jackets we are putting on, so when we try to put the zip up or put down, it gets stuck and we try to pull harder and harder and harder, and what happens, sometimes the zip tip breaks. Okay, it breaks and then we cannot remove it, no, or sometimes it just goes away. So he also tried very hard to open the zip of the bag, went on trying, giving that lot of sound he was giving, and suddenly the zip gave way. And what happened? The bag opened, and whatever was there in the bag, everything spread. In the airport, where it was there in the airport, everything spread. The newspaper cuttings were there, loose papers were there, coins were there, English money was there, and his tobacco box was there. People here तंबाकू boxes है, no, तंबाकू लेके चलते हैं खेनी डब्बे में, तो same way, same thing, tobacco box was there which he used to use for his pipe. English people use pipe, so put the tobacco in, fire it, and then this to smoke it. So that tobacco box spread, and the whole tobacco spread into the airport, and everything was covered with all his things. I watched dumbstruck as 100 carefully sorted documents came raining down in a flattery cascade. Coins bounced to a variety of noisy oblivions, and the now lidless tin of tobacco rolled crazily across the concourse, disgorging its contents as it went. Now, he could not win. He just looked as the things were spreading. The newspaper cuttings and other documents was flying here and there. The money, coins fell on and making a lot of noise here and there, tipping and every now and then rolling. The tobacco, the lid was open, it was rolling, spreading the tobacco everywhere in the airport. So he could not, he was just simply standing there, could not do anything. What to do now? Everything was flying. My tobacco, I cried in horror, thinking what I would have to pay for that much tobacco in England now that another budget had come and gone, and then changed the cry to my finger, as I discovered that I had gashed my finger on the zip and was shedding blood in a lavish manner. I am not very good around flowing blood generally, but when it's my own, well, I think hysterics are fully justified. Confused and unable to help, my hair went into panic mode. So he just, when he saw the tobacco, oh my tobacco, he started shouting, cried out, oh my tobacco. But could not do, the tobacco was spreading everywhere. And he started calculating, now, oh my God, that much tobacco, if I want to buy in England, it will cost a big amount. And another budget, that means another expense is been added to his account. So he was very upset about it, and then he said, okay, fine, no problem. Suddenly he gave another cry, my finger, my finger. What happened? When he was again trying to pull the zip, it got in his finger and gave a little cut, and the little blood came. But for him it was too much. He could not see his own blood. Naturally, when people see their own blood, some people are there, they feel very unconscious. They fell unconscious, or they start weeping and, oh my blood and all everything, no. But when we see others' blood, oh, only little bit blood, no problem, no, nothing to worry about it. But here, when we see our own blood, we definitely get worried. We just start crying. There are people. So he also started weeping, crying, oh my finger, blood is coming, oh my, so much blood has come out, and he got in hysteric mode, terrific mode. The hairs, falling back as if he has seen something very miserable. It was at this point that my wife looked at me with an expression of wonder, not anger or exasperation, but just simple wonder, and said, I can't believe you do this for a living. So when his wife saw Acha, she was not angry or ashamed at all. She just looked and wondered, what is this? Why are you shouting? Why are you howling? Why are you crying just for a small drop of blood? Just went zip only, no? Your finger did not cut. Then why to make such a loud noise? All the people are looking at you. You are not feeling ashamed of what? So she did not get angry. She was just wondering what is this type of fellow is. Just for little blood, a drop of blood, he is making so much of noise. And this is the way do you live your life. This is what you are frightened of things. But I'm afraid it's so. I always have catastrophes when I travel. Once on an aeroplane, I leaned over to tie a shoelace. Just at the moment, someone in the seat ahead of me threw his seat back into full recline and found myself pinned helplessly in the crash position. It was only by clawing the leg of the man sitting next to me that I managed to get myself freed. So what happened? It always happens with him. Once he was traveling in the plane, he was sitting, he saw his shoelace was open, he bent down to tie the shoelace. One who was sitting in front, he pulled his seat back. Now he is bending down and seat came on him. Now he cannot get up. He was bending, so the seat came on his top. Now he cannot get up because of the seat. He got stuck there, he got pinned there. He could not move, could not get up back, could not go side because seats are very small. Those who are traveling in the plane, you know how small the seats are there. Only one person can sit, then he cannot shake at all. If you are bent low, then he cannot come up if the front seat has come on you. So he was totally upset. What to do next? On another occasion, I knocked a soft drink onto the lap of a sweet little lady sitting beside me. Now, next time, he managed to, was traveling another time in a flight. He was having a drink and by mistake, he himself did not know what had happened. He poured the drink on the lady who was sitting beside him. The flight attendant came and cleaned her up and brought me a replacement drink, and instantly I knocked it onto the woman again. To this day, I don't know how I did it. I just remember reaching out for the new drink and watching helplessly as my arm, like some cheap prop in one of those 1950s horror movies with a name like The Undead Limb, violently swept the drink from its perch and onto her lap. So when he was drinking his drink, having his drink, it just fell on the co-passenger. A lady was there. The attendant came, wiped everything, and gave another drink. So she came with the tray, in the tray, the drink. Again, he tried to reach. When he reached to take the drink, something happened to his hand. As if it became dead. So when he took again, the drink fell on the co-passenger. Again, that lady. And he got he got so embarrassed that could not do anything. Even today he says, when I think about it, I can't make out what exactly had happened to me that I had to drop the drink on the lady's dress. I can't make out. And the lady got also a little upset. The lady also got angry and said, the lady looked at me with the stupefied expression you would expect to receive from someone whom you have repeatedly drenched, and uttered an oath that started with O, finished with say, and in between had some words that I have never heard uttered in public before, certainly not by a nun. So the lady got so angry that she started shouting at him, abusing him, making all sorts of comments on him. Now he never expected this kind of things. He just heard oh and say, for God's sake, don't do this, please behave properly and all. He never expected that this type of words would be used by a nun. Nun means sisters. Okay, so he never thought that lady was a sister. So nun. So he never expected that these nuns also would speak in such a harsh language, abusive words and all those things, shouting and getting angry. He never expected, but he could not do it. He himself does not know what exactly had happened to his hand. Enough for today. We'll continue tomorrow with the rest of the chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.